Hey guys, it's Sonya Echo, your Senior Vice President Leader. Welcome. I wanted to do a quick training on how I'm doing my party lately. I just have been having so much fun. So I hope maybe you'll find some fun tips here as well. So what I am doing is starting out with something that's going to sound familiar to you guys. I say, hey, my name is Sonya. I have a quick question. How many of you have never been to a Norwex party before? And I have them raise their hand. And I don't ask how many of you have Norwex, how many of you don't have Norwex. It's always, how many of you have never been to a Norwex party before? And then I say something like, oh my goodness, well, I just think it's only fair to warn you that by the end of tonight, you're gonna want everything in the catalog. It's just a known fact. And if you find yourself in that dilemma, seriously, your best bet is to book a Norwex show. It is just unbelievable how much stuff you can earn for free that way. All right, so tonight what we're going to do is I'm going to take you through some of the basics, and then we're going to go around, do some quick intros, draw for some free stuff, and then we'll get you to the snacks, all right? So I want to start off talking about our basics. And so then at this point, I introduce them to Bert and Ernie, as I say, and Enviro and window cloth. Then I do the grease on the window, and this is also where I have now begun asking my hostess for a little dinner plate, a good-sized dinner plate actually, and just smooth, and doing my chicken demo right there, wherever we're sitting, whether it be in the dining room or living room, I do it right there. And if I'm near a counter, I still do it on a counter. I love it on a counter, but sometimes we're just in the living room. And that way I get to say to them, you guys, most people when I tell them they're gonna not have to use, paper towels and glass cleaner on their windows, they're more than elated about that. But sometimes when we talk about giving up their beloved cleaners, they get a little nervous. And I want you guys to see what these cloths do. And so we do that. Then I talk about the dust mitts, what I was taught. I have a gal who professionally cleans homes, and she shared with me that she loves that they have two colors dust mitts now, two colored dust mitts, because she uses blue for her wet, like damp mitt, and green for her dry. She says some things just clean up better with a damp dust mitt and some things better with dry. And that way, of course, when you're lifting photo frames, you're not leaving prints on them either. And so I talk about the dust mitts, how one is awesome, but two is even better. And then I talk about the Enviro wand. And at this point, I go, all right, guys, the products I have covered so far are what we call our Household Plus package. And if you're wondering, where do I get started? I'm going to tell you this is an amazing starting point. Then I go on to talk about the bathroom scrub mitt and why I love it. I often clean a window screen with a damp mitt at this point if possible. I demo the mop. If possible, I'd go to some nearby hard floor and show them. But oftentimes if I'm in the living room, it's carpeting. I just kind of mock demo on the carpet. I show them how to clean the walls, how to extend the handle, and just basically rave about how much I love it. And then the rubber brush. And at this point, I just say to them, now the products I've covered so far are my Just Add Water package, and truthfully this is my most popular package because literally you can clean almost your entire house top to bottom with just water, which it doesn't get any better than that. Then I go on to say, now I want to tell you how easy it is to take care of these cloths because I really want you to do it right so they last and they work for you for many years to come. So I talk them through the care instructions, and then I go through my laundry detergent and dryer balls. And I do tell a little bit of why I feel these are so important. And when I'm done, I say, now a bag of laundry soap normally costs this much and it's worth every penny. But tonight I'm going to give you an opportunity, or no, what do I say? I say, remind me later to tell you how you can get a bag for just $10. And then I move on and I say, all right, time for some introductions. Let's go around. I want to hear your name and your favorite Norwex product if you have Norwex. And if it's something we haven't talked about yet, all the better. And that really brings them out. They're bringing out things like the toothbrush, and someone will talk about the body pack, and someone will bring up, just various things. It's really fun. The cleaning paste, things we haven't touched on, and that gives us the opportunity to touch on it there. Then I say, I'm also going to have you share, what would you do if you had an extra $500 landing in your bank account every single month? What would you do? And so we go around, and let's just say my first guest is Susie. So I'll say, would you get us started? And she'll say, hi, my name is Susie. Oh, I don't know. I love the body pack. And then she'll rave about that. And then I'll say, so Susie, what would you do if you had an extra $500 landing in your bank account every single month? And so I get all sorts of answers, but one gal recently, she's like, I buy shoes. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what size do you wear? And I want to come shop at your closet. And we just kind of joke back and forth. The next one might say, well, I'd go to Cabo. We love Cabo. And I'd be like, oh, do you think I'd fit in your suitcase? I'd love to come along. Love a warm vacation. Just going back and forth. So each person will share their name. And if they don't have Norwex, they may say, I don't have any Norwex. I'll say, great, what would you do with an extra $500 in your bank account every single month? We get to the end, and that's when I share my story, and I encourage you guys to share your story. Even if you think, I don't have a story, what's with my story? I used to think my story was boring and I didn't share it, but I have learned that it's important for me to share a little bit really fast. And so I share just a little bit about my story, how I was working full-time, but then I was a stay-at-home mom when Norwex found me, and I just say, the reason I asked you what would you do with 500 is because I remember when I started, I thought to myself, if I could add 500 to our family, that would cover our car payment and some of our groceries, and that would make a huge difference. And then I realized after doing just my first 2 parties, I'd already earned $500, and I realized how easy this was. So I share that, and then I say, all right, you guys, ready for some free stuff, and just bounce right into that. At this point, I give my hostess the tickets. And my hostess, I always use double tickets like this. And I just explain to her, I pull off the first one, I say, okay, let's say our hostess is Mary. I'll say, Mary, everybody gets 1 ticket, and this is the ticket, the double, okay? So get everyone 1 ticket. And so she goes around, hands everybody their ticket, and then I pull out my door prizes. And so I make a big deal about my door prizes. This is an opportunity for me to cover more stuff without really seeming like I'm covering more stuff. So for door prizes, I usually pick things that I don't think maybe, we haven't covered yet. So a couple things that I'll do. I usually pick one bigger one and then a couple smaller ones. But one that I love to do would be like the new optic scarf would be a possibility, or the optic cloth. The new, this comes in a 2-pack, the new charcoal deodorizer. I love to split out the silicone lids because this is a perfect time for me. I've hopefully asked in advance for my hostess to have a glass bowl, and I show them how this works. It's amazing. Give that away for free. Another one I love to give is a rescue gel. This is phenomenal. And once I give it, I actually usually have them break it open and let everyone smell it as they pass it around. So I show them, oh my goodness, tonight I'm going to give you away this. And I build up everything. And then I say, all right, you guys, everyone has a ticket in the drawing, and I'm going to give you guys a chance to increase your odds. And at this point, I'm setting my cell phone timer as I'm talking. I'm saying, okay, I'm going to set my timer for 3 minutes. And you guys, if you can see yourself getting behind these products, I just want you to know it is a phenomenal way to add cash, but also something that it's easy to be passionate about because the products work and they're easy to get behind. So, or if you know somebody who would be good, this is your chance to ask me anything you want to know about my job as a consultant. Now, you're welcome to ask product questions, but product questions won't get you a ticket. But you can ask me things like, what does it cost to get started? How much can you earn? Can you win trips? Is there a sign-on bonus? Those sorts of things, all right? 3 minutes here. And then I look at my hostess. I say, Mary, first question gets 2 tickets. After that, 1 ticket per questions. On your marks, get set, go. And I hit it out of the gates. Usually a couple people jump in for that first question. I'll say, oh my goodness, I think they tied, Mary. Give them both 2. And then we just go for 3 minutes until the timer goes off. Very fun, very great way to plant the idea of maybe this would be a good fit for me and a great way to answer those questions. Then when I get done with that, I have them rip their tickets in half, and I tell them to keep the one that says keep the coupon and give me the one that says ticket. And then we put those, I usually put them in the base of the toilet system. It just works, and we joke about it too. And then we do the drawing for our prizes. And then, of course, I say after we're done drawing for the prizes, I go, but you guys, I saved my best prizes for last. Let me show you what's in these. And then I have 2 or 3 of these sitting out, depending on the size of the party. And I go, okay, I've got 3 of these. Let me show you what's in these. The baby body cloth. Oh my stars. You guys are going to love this. And this is the time I talk about the body pack if I haven't talked about it yet. I say a mini Bert and Ernie. This is crazy. It's just what we wipe the grease off the window with, the chicken juice, you name it. This is it. It's the mini version till you get your full size set. and a sample of the mattress cleaner. Now, we haven't talked about this yet tonight, but I am going to tell you it's one of my very, very favorite products, and then I go on to tell them why. A sample of the laundry soap. For those of you with a high efficiency, you're going to know you're going to get about 5 loads out of this, if not more. Isn't that crazy? And then one of my favorites, the Scrubby Spearnet. Awesome for pots and pans, your oven, and stuff like that. Just don't use it on Teflon or porcelain. All right, you guys, so let me see here. And at this point, I hand the fuzzy dice, which I think the fuzzy dice are critical to my party. I love them. I hand these to someone either on the far left or the far right. I'll say, will you hold these for me? And she's like, sure. So I go, okay, all right, you guys. Now this game is completely optional, so listen closely to decide whether or not you want to play, all right? So if you choose to roll the dice, you will get the matching envelope to whatever number you roll. Now I've got 11 cards here, and one of them is the grand prize, okay? So the grand prize tonight is the magic wand. Now just to back up a minute, oftentimes when I'm talking about the Enviro wand, if my hostess has handed her card in at the party where she booked, that's where I present her with her magic wand, and I say to them at the time I'm handing it to them, or to her, I go, oh my goodness, thank you for opening up your home. This is just such a fun way to share these amazing products, and I want to thank you by giving you one of my favorites, this magic wand. And you guys, I'm going to give you all a chance to get one for free later on tonight. So now's the time where they go, oh, this is what she was talking about. So you go, all right, so one is the grand prize, which is the magic wand. The remaining 10 are split right down the middle between book a party and win a prize and book a party. So here's the deal, you guys. If you roll and get the grand prize envelope, you are going home with a grand prize tonight, all right? Now, if you get win a prize, I'm going to send you home with a prize tonight. And if you get book a show, that is like the best of all things, but then you get to grab a party date in my calendar tonight, and we will do a party at your house and get you all that free stuff we've been talking about tonight, which I'll talk about in a second. And then I say, so if you get the grand prize, you go home with grand prize. If you get win a prize, you get a prize. If you get book a party, you grab a date in my calendar tonight. I just recap it one more time. So I look at the person holding the dice and I say, so are you in? And I just smile at her, and if she goes, oh, no, I don't think so. Okay, awesome. I hand it to the next person. How about you? Are you in? Every single person, I ask them that. Now the next one will say, yeah, sure, I'll do it. So she'll roll, and I'll be like, oh my goodness, okay, you got card 7. Now don't open it yet, hang tight. And then I pick up the dice, I hand it to the next person. How about you? Are you in? And if she's in, same thing. I give her the card, say don't open it yet, no peeking yet. I continue to say that to each person because it's kind of silly, right? They know that, and then when I get to the end, I say, okay, before you open your card, let me give you a chance to guarantee yourself the best of all worlds, okay? So if you've already had fun tonight, you know you want to host a show, then you can simply hand me your card, and that's who's going home with my basket of amazing, amazing sample gifts here. And also, I will guarantee that I will bring the magic wand as your gift, just as I did for Mary tonight, to your party, okay? Does anyone for sure want to take advantage of everything? Guarantee yourself the grand prize. And I look at them, each person, to see if they want to hand in their card. I love it when people hand in their card. That is hands down my favorite thing. But if no one does, I say, all right, let's open them. Let's see what you guys got. And then I just kind of, if they got book a party, if I have some of these left, then I go and hand it to them. Oh my goodness, we're going to have so much fun. We'll grab a date at checkout. Just again, reiterating, tonight's the night to date that party, and pretty much everyone does because I've laid it out really smoothly for them. Then when I'm done with that, I hand out my catalogs, which have a take action card in them, which you can look on our team website to see that. And I just explain to them that if they fill this out completely, mark the boxes that apply to them, and I explain each box, that I will have, and they bring it to me at checkout, I'll have an extra gift for them. And then I give them a little sample of laundry soap at checkout like this. And so that's kind of a fun way to get that into their hands, as well as having them really make a commitment of sorts that they will use the products or they would like to book or join my team. And then I talk about my personal specials, which you all have access to. And of course, I've already covered my Just Add Water package. I talk about my must-haves, whatever it is. And I know you guys can make your own specials as well. And then I say, all right, if any of you need to go, let me get you guys taken care of first. Otherwise, fill out the top of your receipt completely. And if you're not sure what you want to order yet, just put it face down in front of me, and as I call out your name, come on over, we'll figure out your order. And if you already know what you're going to order, just fill it out, put it on the top of the pile, and I'll pull from the bottom and I'll call out your name. And that way you guys can be enjoying those yummy snacks in there as I'm helping everyone through their orders. And it just works so smoothly. Now, the one thing I was going to say is I would highly recommend that you set out on a separate coffee table the hosting gifts for the upcoming month. And all night, if you can just be mentioning, oh my goodness, and this is another thing that our, let's see, we're coming up on November now, that our November hostesses earn for free. Or, oh, this is another thing that our November hostesses can earn for free. And say that enough times that when you come to the dice game or whatever game you're playing, they're like, I think I already know they want a book. And this is just a great way for them to do it. Another thing I want to say is when I'm going through my first basics, as I call it, I watch my guests for their faces. And if I pull out that EnviroCloth and I see someone's eyes light up or they're just kind of jumping out of their seat, then I say, does anyone have a fun EnviroCloth story to share? And, I'll just look right at that person and they'll be like, oh my goodness, la, 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 and they'll tell all about it. And the same thing with the dusting mitt and the mop. I just watch them so that I can have them selectively share a fun story as we go through those products. So I think that pretty much covers it. I hope this gives you some fun ideas to implement and just excited as you continue to grow your business. I look forward to seeing you on our Facebook group and watching you thrive.